Marc-Andre Barriault versus Chidi Njokuani. We got minus 135 on Barriault and plus 115 the return on Chidi Njokuani. Now, Njokuani stepping into the cage for the first time under the UFC banner after successfully securing a contract on the Contender Series where he was able to get a third round stoppage over Mario Sosa. And if I'm not mistaken, he was the slight underdog in that fight. And luckily enough, he pulled off the upset, got that contract, and here he is making his debut this weekend. He is the brother of Anthony Njokuani, former UFC fighter and WEC fighter as well. Both guys mainly known for their Muay Thai style, and that's usually how Chidi Njokuani is able to get his hand raised. Whether it's landing beautiful knees to the body, dropping his opponents and getting them out of there, or landing elbows from certain positions and hurting his opponents and getting them out of there as well. But when it comes down to a Chidi Njokuani fight and how he wants to pursue it, it's him staying at kickboxing range and kind of picking his opponents apart from the outside and waiting for the opportunities to really let his hands go to pursue the finish. But when you see him losing, it kind of plays right into what Marc-Andre Barriault is very good at. It doesn't seem very difficult to push Chidi Njokuani or at least kind of guide him back towards the cage and get him on his back foot, because more often than not, in every single fight that you see of Chidi's, his opponent is successful in terms of putting him on his back foot and putting him inside against the cage. If you watch any of Marc-Andre Barriault's fight, that's exactly what he does. He likes to push his opponents back. He has great pressure. He feints well. And even when he's not feinting, he does a good job in terms of closing the distance and pushing his opponents back with actual strikes, blitzing forward, 1-2s up the middle. And I think that's what he's going to be successful with in terms of implementing that here against Chidi Njokuani. I think he'll be the stronger guy in the clinch. And even though Chidi is the one with the Muay Thai experience here, he doesn't seem to be super lethal in that clinch position, especially against guys that are able to push him and have their way with him up against the cage. We saw Rafael Carvalho have that success, John Salter have that success. Pretty much all of his opponents have been able to have that success, and I feel like Barriault fits that perfect mold to beat a guy like Chidi Njokuani. So the line right now is around roughly minus 135. I side open at minus 155, so money coming in on Chidi Njokuani. But as the fight starts to get closer and people start to run the tape, I think that we'll start to see more money start to come in on Barriault, and he could be closer to that minus 150, minus 170 range closer to fight time. So I got in nice and early here at minus 130. Actually, I got minus 132. Shout out to Pinnacle, always having some solid lines. But I think that this is a picture-perfect type of performance or stylistic matchup, I should say, for a guy in Marc-Andre Barriault who's really found his stride down there at Sanford MMA. If I'm not mistaken, he made the move after that Jun Young Park fight, which was, his fight that made him go 0-3 in the UFC. Surprising that the UFC still kept him around, but he's managed to turn it around. He got that win over Piahota, which was obviously overturned due to a positive drug test. But since then, finished Abu Azaitar with 5 seconds left on the clock and just absolutely worked Dalchalungi and Bula in their fight last time around, where he beat him over 15 minutes. And that's exactly the type of performance I'm expecting when he goes up against Chidi here as well. So I love Barriault in this spot. I think the line is a steal where it's at around that minus 130 spot. So he's going to be my official prediction, and I'm going to take him to win this fight via decision.